So we got our cup over here with ice. So we're gonna crack this open. Nice satisfying crack. I'm gonna pour it nicely. That's a nice pour. Now I should have tilted it and then poured it that way so it's not as fizzy, but we'll give it a minute. Well, it's about done being fizzy or bubbly, whatever, so well, bottoms up. Not bad. Did a nice little pour on camera. Nice. So right now, I was trying to shoot a video off this little burner phone of the 3D print I'm doing, but it obviously didn't work out so well because the phone died. So the video where I paused it, you know, it kind of vanished, I'm assuming. Corrupted data, blah blah blah. But right now I am printing a platform for the Raspberry Pi CM4. And and it's a carrier board, which is going to be a CM4 to Pi 4 carrier board, so it simulates the Raspberry Pi, you know, giving you the added benefits of the module design of the Pi itself, you know, the CM4. And that's what I like, you know, so if it's modular, it's going to be easier to work with. I added 2 channels and 2 little holes or cable pass-throughs. What's facing us is the back, so I have a good, I want to say 40 millimeter cable pass-through that is 10 millimeters wide, or whatever, and another one kind of in the front where the power supply module will sit, and I created a cable pass-through so these can go, pop up, and I created a little channel on the top of the design which will go from the power supply module or computer module to the Pi. It's a nice day to enjoy a beer. Pretty good beer, actually. People say it tastes like piss water, but I have a feeling most people don't know what piss tastes like. This print, for those who don't know, is a nice 10-hour print. So, yeah. Can't record for that long. So I might be shooting in 4K, and that takes a lot of space. And B, my battery don't last that long. You know, I might do a Red Dead stream. This nice buzz going. And you know, I don't really drink often, but when I do, I appreciate, you know, the one thing that alcohol does. You know, it's the reason why you're not supposed to be drinking while you take most meds, you know, medications. And that's because, you know, it kind of thins your blood out a little. Just a little. And then, I don't know, I feel like you get a little more stoned when you pair it with alcohol. And that's it's the same reason why you shouldn't take meds, or you shouldn't drink while on meds, or, you know, most medications. So that one negative could actually be a positive depending on the circumstances. Like if you're smoking cannabis, you want it to work quicker, you're gonna get it to work quicker. If you're smoking it, I mean, you feel that shit like that after you've chugged a beer. Yesterday I added 2 more wire or cables for the CM5 project, and that project is, you know, me just turning another Raspberry Pi or another Raspberry Pi CM5 into a server. So it will, you know, this next one will be a Opencast server. Right now it's adding the infill, which is why it's doing that little funny little thing. I believe I have it on I believe it'll tell me. Infill, 30% infill. Your standard, your default, I believe, is like 15. Now the foam's gone, we could just fit the rest in there. Perfect. That can is now safe to put on the server rack of running equipment. I like this tripod a lot. It's a bitch to carry, but when you do and you need it, totally worth it. When you don't need it, you think, well, fuck. Then you have to think, well, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to create a video and show that, hey, not every asshole has a shit father. This asshole was given a beer. But I also wanted to show y'all that well, there'll be another shortcoming, obviously, about the drone project. New update. I'm excited. Even I didn't know what was the next step for the project, because should I keep adding to my cart, keeps getting out of stock, and makes it harder to complete a project when you can't get the shit you need. But yeah. I don't know. What I do know is in about a good minute or two, I'll be loading the thing I printed yesterday. Which that, you know, if you were watching that live stream, the first one, oof, shit, it crashed. To be fair, I was adjusting the settings. But after I brought it up, you know, back online, then it lasted a few hours more than I intended. So I kind of fell asleep. I don't get much sleep, so yeah. So sorry that some of y'all had to stare at a 3D printer that sat idle with a complete print for a few hours. I tried. I really tried. But hey, shit happens. Looks like we're almost finished with our beverage here. Yeah, that's, I don't know what else to say. Oh, and, I do plan on doing some live streams from the drone, which I haven't seen any content creators do such a thing, so hopefully I'll be the first to do a live drone, live stream. So I guess technically military drones do, but we're not talking about that. We're talking good old civilian DIY shit. Without the screen recording, that's an important thing too. The goal will to build it to not have to stream record or screen record in order to do a live stream. I want it to be a simple RTMP stream with the key directly to the Oncast server, and just like that. No, oh well, let me download this app from my phone or whatever, or just do the screencast. I think they have it built in, and then live stream it that way because I'm lazy and I don't want to learn shit. No, it's gonna be blood, sweat, and tears. When you see that live stream, just know that there is a good chance that literal blood and sweat have been put into it. I mean, when I was building my desktop right there, that big old 4U unit right there with the Coles can on top, the Cools can on top or whatever, I literally cut myself so many times on that, the chassis. Literal blood went into building that fucking unit, and it was summer, so I was also dripping. So yeah, like I said, if you see a live stream that is, showing a view from the sky, there's a great chance that literal blood and sweat has went into that project. Cause some shit, some of the shit I do, and that's kind of what happens here and there. And I never know when I get, all cut up, so it's interesting to turn around, and then when you look back, it's just, oh well, that wasn't there before. I'm excited for this part right here because, well, the Raspberry Pi I'm planning on getting has built-in eMMC on it. You know, it has built-in storage, an eMMC chip, so I won't have to have an SD card. So I didn't add a little slot or whatever, a crevice, so the SD card slot could slide in when you just, you know, slot it in. So this thing, where it's printing, the back of the 3D printer is the front of the print, or the drone. So this right here will sit like that, ports facing you, and you know, I've added a groove, a little crevice for this, but only these three, because the carrier board doesn't have a headphone jack. So it's about 50 millimeters wide, I believe 40. It's 40 or 50 millimeters wide, and there is no little slot for the SD card to pop out. Let me show you. Because your SD card, you know, sticks out about a good, I want to say that's a good 3 millimeters. You know, if you know the exact, you know, distance, then please let me know in the comment section. But you know, I didn't add a little groove so the SD card slot can fit, because I'm very hopeful that the Raspberry Pi CM4 with the carrier board will work just as well as this. And the best way to know is when this big ol' ass light right here starts to flash, because that's, you know, when you know ArduPilot is working with your companion computer. What else? I add a stereo camera into it too. It's another thing. Fuck. Now we're done. I still plan on adding this to the drone, but I might edit this part right here probably. I'm thinking about adding some kind of little compartment or whatever. You know, I'm planning on adding something where I could add some more tech into this. I don't know what. I might do a leak sensor. No, that's just too basic. I don't know. Let's see. It's about I like to keep a nice, good amount of wall, walling, as you can see. Not because of whatever it is here I want to protect, but because little screw holes, or holes for, the threaded inserts. But this is about, oh damn it, I zeroed it out. Okay, try not to fat thumb zero it out this time. So we'll call it 50 by 50 millimeters of some space that we can work with here. So if y'all, if y'all have any ideas, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll check out those ideas and see where I might be able to implement them, or I know where, but how or what good use it might have. Who knows? You might, end up being the one that chooses the next part that goes in. Anyways, we're looking for that stereo camera mount I created. So that's put back together. I think I might have put it on here somewhere. No. Here it is. So I seen this stereo camera on Amazon, and if you don't know what a stereo camera is, it's a camera with two lenses that can pretty much do, see what we can see. It could have depth perception, but I designed this right here so it's at an angle, as you can see, and right now it's an open design. There's no front for it. I haven't designed the front yet. Actually, I might have. But anyways, this right here, it's at a nice, I think I have it at a 25-degree angle. So when it's flying, it can still see whatever is ahead, below it. So if there's like a hillbilly with a rifle or whatever, I'll be able to record that hillbilly. And I have this section right here, which, you need to plug your USB cable in. So you know, right here, I have it aligned to where the port should be. It'll plug in, and then, you know, you add this on top, and boom. I don't have the stereo camera, so I don't know if it works, but yeah, so this is the design for that, and it has 3 little holes right here to add threaded inserts.